Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this post, I want to talk about Stephen Hawking. I am adding him to the list of the famous scientists who I have exposed throughout history that have been coded with these very specific numbers. These numbers that we find behind all sorts of hoaxes, from scientific fraud to spiritual fraud to political fraud to essentially all the false information that we get in our mainstream media. In the case of Stephen Hawking, the biggest giveaway, besides his appearance and talking robotic computer that's supposedly processing thoughts from his brain, is the gematria of his full name, Stephen William Hawking, which in Pythagorean gematria with the S exception sums to 113, a number coded on almost every hoax known to man. The word mainstream equals 113. The word dishonest equals 113. The word green screen equals 113. And so does the name Stephen William Hawking, born in the year 42 supposedly, coming up on his 74th birthday, one that has proved fateful for scientists of the past, which we'll talk about later. His birthday, January 8th, 42, produces this numerology of 51 as well. The word conspiracy equals 51. Think about Area 51. He attended Cambridge, and his biggest focus is space. He has expanded the genre of cosmology. Cambridge has this gematria of 44, just like space in simple English gematria. Some of his most famous theories include string theory. String and Stephen have a direct connection. We'll also do the Pythagorean gematria in just a moment. His first major publication came out in the year 88, A Brief History in Time. It has this gematria of 106 connected to the word prophecy. Also 115. Freemasons, the plural in simple English, equals 115. And I suspect that Stephen Hawking, like so many other scientists, is a front for Freemason Zionist scientists. There's a tongue twister. If you read about the details of this, Carl Sagan in the first publication had the original introduction. After the second publication, it was taken out. Carl Sagan had it removed. But supposedly, these men met in 74 in London. 74. Remember, the word Masonic equals 74. So does London. Just the little subtle numerology tributes. In 96, the illustrated version came out. Something brand new. The word Freemason, the singular, is 96. Find all this Masonic coding all over his book, A Brief History of Time. String theory, a theory of his. We just saw it in simple English on that chart a second ago. In Pythagorean gematria, string is 42 with the string is 33 with the S exception 42. Stephen's the same, 33 with the S exception 42. The other scientist that's worked on string theory is Richard Feynman. Guess what the name gematria of Feynman is? These numbers that we find all throughout science, Big Bang, Darwin. In his book, A Brief History of Time, the only scientific formula that he uses is E equals mc squared. Remember that MC in Jewish gematria is also 33. We'll talk more about Einstein. He's 33 through and through as well. All these scientists coded out with the same numbers. His work on black holes, he created new theories on black holes. Black hole, a 33 word. Think about blocking out light, sucking up light. The word eclipse also has that gematria of 33. And look at black hole in Jewish gematria, 119, like Star of David. Talk about the people sucking up the light of this world. The Zionist Jews, the liars, the thieves, the crooks, the deceitful. People are just getting a kick out of all this. They love lying to us. What it does for their power and grip on the world. With regards to Einstein, Truth Seeker, he came to the United States in 1933. He was born March 14th. Think about 3.14, the number having to do with pi. Born March 4th, 1879. This is a date with 33 numerology. Also, this method, 96 numerology. Very Masonic numbers. The highest degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry is 33. Freemason, 96. He died April 18th, 1955. Date with 33 numerology. Also with this method, 77. The word Judaism is 77. Who's behind this? Masonic Zionist Jews. Einstein recently had this letter auctioned off for $142,000, or excuse me, $420,000. $420,000. And if you read that letter, it was all about 39. It was written in 1939. He uses the number, he says he's been studying this for 39 years extensively in the letter. Gravity is also another one of these words with 39 numerology. Important numbers to Jews, 39 books in the Old Testament. Notice that the gematria of Albert Einstein is 153. Earlier this year there was this article on the letter. (1939), 39 years ago. Also, with regards to Einstein equaling 153, where's that at, Truth Seeker? What did I just do with it? Oh, I know. Sorry. With regards to Einstein equaling 153, this number is very much connected to 113. In the Bible, there's a miracle catch of 153 fish. The word fish with Jewish gematria is 113. With Pythagorean, it has connections to 33. If you write out 153 and sum it, it sums to 113, like the name Stephen William Hawking. Just trying to show you how all these numbers sync up, how it's all credited. Darwin's book, Origin of Species. Darwin, 33 name, died on a date with 33 numerology, a day after Einstein's death. Remember, Einstein died April 18th, 1955. And then that gematria of Origin of Species, 88. Stephen Hawking book released in 88. Stephen Hawking will turn 74 January 8th next year. In history, famous paleontologist with all sorts of 33 connections himself and a name that summed to 74, died at the age of 74 on a date with 33 numerology. Why is this interesting? If you're new to my work, the numbers 74 connect to Jesus and cross. Both Jesus and cross sum to 74. It said that Jesus was crucified at 33. In science and spirituality, even outside of Christianity, we find these numbers paired together routinely. In the United States, out of the 50 states, only one has a gematria of 74, the 33rd state, Oregon. Why is this so? It's because the Freemasons are running the show. They're trying to control everything, and it seems that they are. Science, geography, spirituality, these people got a grip. Let's watch Stephen Hawking back in the day. This is how long they've been laughing at us for, Truth Seeker.
In the late 1970s, black holes were sexy. People latched onto Hawking as the guru who could explain the mysteries of the universe. He began appearing in newspapers and on television. His physical appearance and the way he talked about big ideas in a witty and accessible way made him unforgettable. even though he had to use a student to interpret his failing speech.
True Seeker, as you watch this, what I want you to think about is Stephen Hawking is credited with publishing so many books, some of them bigger than the Bible, and over the span of a number of years, but just so many, and he's been in this condition for this long. I mean, just think about it. Think about how long it would take to write these books under these conditions, with these limitations. This is all just part of the monumental joke that is upon us. And talk about how their stories never make sense. We're to think this is the brightest man in the world, the most capable writer there ever was. My goodness.
You wouldn't see anything special if you passed inside the black hole. But once you pass a certain critical point,
let me ask you, do you believe in the black holes yet? Is the string theory making sense? It's funny how many people will hold on to these things so tightly who deny everything else. They've created this false war of religion and spirituality and science. All of those things should jive together, but in this world, they've divided and conquered everybody over them. And using people like this to divide us. I mean, just think about what a joke this is. It's monumental.
then you'll never be able to get out again, no matter how much rocket power you use.
Stephen was very lucky in being the right person in the right place at the right time. Science, in some way, has become the new religion, that people are looking for ultimate truths. They'd lost God, and they were looking for something to replace God, and they hit on cosmology and black holes in the universe, and then they found a person who could represent the entire community of cosmology and astrophysics and so on to them.
I mean, you just heard it right there. That's the truth. People are looking for a reason to denounce God, and so many have denounced God by embracing in Stephen Hawking. Just think about it. You don't think the Jews who run this are having the biggest belly laugh of all time? Oh boy.
We all came out of a singularity. The Big Bang singularity at the beginning of the universe.
Did you just hear that? Big Bang Theory, the beginning of the universe. That's what Stephen Hawking just said, apparently, through his interpreter. Remember, Big Bang and Genesis both sum to 33. You're listening to someone who thinks it's all a fraud. Except for God. You don't need a book to get to God. You don't need anybody to tell you how to get to God. You just need to open your eyes and pay attention to the signs all around you.
So it wouldn't be that unnatural if we all ended up in another singularity.
All right, there it was. The brilliance of Stephen Hawking. Been putting out papers since the 60s. 60s is the only decade with 33 gematria. It's something else, isn't it, True Seeker? They give us Einstein with the crazy hair, adding to the socialization of the only intelligent people. You know, intelligent people look crazy. Einstein, Stephen Hawking, it's all part of the big joke on us, Truth Seeker. Poor guy, Stephen Hawking, he probably doesn't even know what's been done in his name. He probably doesn't even have a clue. All right, I think I got the message home. Until next time, Truth Seeker.